Well, good afternoon, Fort Wayne alumni. This is Michael, and I'm definitely showing my green. Just so happened that this backdrop was behind me when we walked into the Welty building. You might say, what's the Welty building? Well, the Welty building is going to be our new home for your Fort Wayne alumni and friends, or for your, sorry, I went back to our old name, our Fort Wayne Alumni Center in May. And we're doing this just to be wise stewards of God's resources. The rent that we were paying at the summit was becoming very costly, and this was a great opportunity that First Missionary Church opened the door for us in order to be wise stewards with our funds. And that's really important to us, especially since we have to raise every dollar that we have for our ministry, and that's where we need your help today to either give your pledge or to make a gift today, which you can do online at www.fwalumnicenter.com/day of giving. Well, here at the Welty building, where we will be moving in May, I have a very distinguished guest with me, and I'm going to turn this camera around and walk over to our newly named distinguished. Yes, I do know how to spell that. Not on the newsletter, unfortunately. I do know how to spell that. We have our very own Bill Gerig. So here we are walking over to Uncle Bill, as some of you remembered him from Africa, or maybe as the little boy that used to run around campus, or perhaps it was as Dr. Wes's brother or Jared's son. But good afternoon, Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. I'm still alive.
Good. Well, I know how much you love these live events. And incidentally, Marcy Logan Tucky, all the way from across the pond, is watching you today.
Hey, hello, Marcy.
So we have some other guests as well. Please do us a favor. Like this video just to let us know that you're watching, and or make a comment so we know where you're watching it from. So, Bill, in the intro, I mentioned the Welty building.
Yes.
And what is the history of this building, and where is it located?
Yeah, back in the 50s, when the Missionary Church had headquarters in Schultz Hall, they needed the dorm room and all that. They needed more office space, so they built this building. It's catty corner from Schultz Hall, across from First Missionary Church, and it was called the Ramsire Memorial Building in those days. And it had two purposes. It had offices for the headquarters, and then it had apartments for missionaries on furlough. So if you came home on furlough, you can move into one of the apartments. Everything was there: linen, silverware, everything you needed. You just brought your clothes, and it was a great thing, and it was used a lot in those days. And then eventually they built a new headquarters out near the airport, and First Missionary Church took over this building. And they have a number of offices in this building, and we're going to use one of the rooms. And then they rented out all the apartments to help pay for the building. So it's still being used. A number of years ago, Harold Welty, who was a registrar at the college for years, came to First Church as our pastor for visitation, especially for seniors. Did that for many years, and then he got cancer and died of cancer, and so when the church took it over, they called it the Welty building in his honor. So that's how it's referred to. Or once in a while, you'll hear the word Webb, the Webb building, W-E-B. That's the Welty Educational Building. So we can call it Webb or Welty building or the old headquarters.
Well, we know it's going to be the future home of the Fort Wayne Alumni Center, and that's something that we're looking forward to. We have a great space that is going to be, it's going to allow us to be a wiser steward with the funds that God has given us through our alumni, which I hope that they will give today. Hello there, Uncle Bill. Love to you and Aunt Joyce from Marcy Logan Tucky.
Okay, Marcy, I think your mother was going to come over and help today, so I'll say hello for you.
Yes, it's true. Jan Logan will be at the Alumni Center here this afternoon. Bill, you have some interesting history in this building. Not only did your dad have an office in this building, I believe, but what other history do you have here that's rather unique?
Well, when my dad was elected president of the missionary church, this building had been built. And so when we moved back here from California, I was in high school at Southside, and we lived in the apartment on the second floor here. Lived there all my years in high school. And then when my dad became president, of course, he moved out of this building. And then Joyce and I lived in two of the apartments, two different furloughs. So I've actually lived in this building three different times. I also, when I was in high school, my grandfather was a caretaker, Grandpa Gerig, and I helped him a lot. Actually, I think I painted this whole building on the inside at one time or other during those years, so I know it well.
Now, Bill, the room that we're, the room, it's more than just a room, but the space that we're going to have used to be an apartment. Is that correct?
It was an missionary apartment, and it had a kitchen and a bathroom and then a living quarters. They tore out all the walls, so it's just one big room now. And so it's pretty ideal for what we want to do.
That's great. Bill, you've been volunteering with the Alumni Center. I mean, you've been the alumni director. What does this Alumni Center mean to you? What does our Alumni Association mean to you? I mean, you have a long history.
Yeah, probably the most important thing I see is what God has done through the college. 105 years of history, alumni scattered all over the world, the gospel taken to many, many countries, pastors, missionaries, Christian workers, lay people who have served God faithfully. We don't want to forget that. So that's part of what I've enjoyed doing. I've worked with the archives trying to preserve documents, pictures. We have pictures. We probably have pictures of many of you in our books, and we're just about getting to the place where the archives are pretty well in order now, after 10 years of work, and not full time, but whenever I had time. And Jay Platty is in charge of the archives, and we've worked together a lot. And a lot of what we have has been digitized, and when somebody has time to do it, it'll be uploaded to the cloud so that anybody can look at it. But now we have many things up. All the yearbooks, all the catalogs, all the magazines are online. So if you get on our website, you can call up your yearbook and see all your old pictures. And you can even put your name in, and it'll show you every page that you're on. So sort of exciting.
Yeah. Now, Bill, you've been a missionary, you've worked for the campus, like many alums, you and Joyce haven't had a lot of resources, but you've shared some of those resources that God has given to you with the Alumni Center. Why is that important?
Well, when Taylor closed the campus, I didn't think this would work. I had reservations. I don't know if there's any college in the country that has an functioning alumni association when the school no longer exists. So I thought it was very important that we do that. And after 10 years now, I think it's obvious that it was a good decision. People come back for reunions. They have a great time. We just had a Hall of Fame banquet, and I just can't believe the conversations that went on and the comments from the people that came to it, how much they appreciated it. So I think it's important that we continue that. The college is closed, but the alumni are still working, still serving the Lord. So we need to remember them and recognize them.
That's correct.
So anything you can do to help, we appreciate it.
Yep. Well, Bill, I thank you again for your time. I'm back here. And with my green background that I had nothing to do with, but it just happened to be here when we came in today. And hello there, Brad and Abby and Matt and Laura. Again, thanks for joining us. What a great day it is. We'll give you a total here in a little bit when we get back to the Alumni Center. But we need your support, and we pray that you will pray, asking God what He might have you give to us, either in a pledge or in a gift today. We're trying to reach $32,500 for our ministry funds, and so that we can pay our expenses this year toward our goal of $70,000. And then we're in the process of relocating, so we need your prayers, and we continue to need you as volunteers. So please call 260-744-8790. That's 260-744-8790 to give your pledge or your gift today. You can talk to one of our volunteers. They don't want to just be sitting there. Or you can go online at www.fwalumnicenter.org/Day of Giving. And we would be more than happy to see all these gifts collect and help us reach where we need to go today. So we'll see you a little bit later on this afternoon. I'm going to be wearing my hard hat at that time, and we'll show you another exciting development on the Fort Wayne campus. Again, we thank you for joining us. Show your green.